Multiple witnesses have reported mysterious shadow sightings all around the city.
Or will they drift away? You pull yourself together because you're sure they're revved up to win. You know they've prepared. They've picked the right course. And even when there's no chances, you believe they will win. GG Bet. Be excited.
Come on. Millions of gamers rage quit every day. Mountain Dew Game Fuel's got you covered. Game Fuel is specially crafted with ingredients shown to improve accuracy and alertness. Another one saved by Mountain Dew Game Fuel.
Non-alcoholic freshness. Bitburger 0.0. Always a bit more refreshed.
That's what we know when we love.
Level up! All we know about is level up. Are we ready not to level up? You know we fall and we get up. You know we fall and we get up. Level up! All we know about is level up. Are we ready not to level up? It's time, get up! I found out I'm not alone, 'cause I'm just like you. We are fearless when we fight, and not afraid to. Level up! All we know about is level up. Are we ready not to level up?
ESL 1 Germany 2020 Online is brought to you by Intel, Mercedes-Benz, Mountain Dew Game Fuel, DHL, GG Bet, Corsair, Acer Predator, and Bitburger 0.0.
Draft 3, Game 3, all good things come in threes. But now, as we get ready for our third draft of today, I welcome back my panel ahead of this. Dan or QO, lads. Matt, you've been a little bit of a diva in the break, but can you break down this draft before we start getting into it?
Well, all good things come in threes, except for this 3. You know, there's 2 and then there's a +1 on the end. But we have to think about how they're going to be approaching this draft, right? There's so many heroes that need to be banned out that both teams want. The Io, the Rubik, Void Spirit, Faceless Void, Lone Druid, Magnus even. So something's got to slip through. Let's see if it changes up in this game number 3 draft.
I'm sure like Nigma has to do something about Rubik at least. I think this Rubik position 5 is like way too much to handle.
And it's Team Liquid with the first pick as well, so I think that's really important that you just deal with that straight off the bat.
You guys are so smart. I've been so mean to you for the last 15 minutes, Matt, so now I'm going to give you a little bit of a pump up here. You've been so smart. You talked about all these heroes and they're picked or banned.
So
And the Lone Druid's made its way through. Koikfa finally gets his dirty hero for a change, so he's going to be very happy with that. And I like the fact that they didn't pick it up first as well, right? Because it's not really something that Nigma likes to do all the time, and it's not immediately giving away that that's the route that you're going to go down. Oh god, there he is in the back. Yeah, it's still scary, right? Like, you need to be able to think about, you know, something that's able to deal with him in the laning stage. You need to have someone that might be able to rotate through, because the Druid himself is still kind of squishy in the laning stage. It's all about his bear. So it's about dealing with that. What are they going to have to be able to roam and make that happen?
Yeah. I think they both picked like the most confident card, like coming out from this both team. Like Magnus Sven, like is the most comfortable card from Nigma, and the Lone Druid from the Liquid. Only one concern that I have is they tried this like a pushing or something that's on a timer. Obviously, Lone Druid is like completely different hero to the Lycan, that you don't generally require this time like pressure, just because
you don't run out of gas at like 30 minutes.
And it's a good tower pusher, but I think seeing that like past 2 games about this timing sort of window draft, the Liquid didn't really perform well with this sort of draft.
Yeah, I think so. And even in that game, I saw the Meteor Hammer come out from Boxy because I guess they were lacking a little bit of that lane push, or tower push rather. Not going to be an issue this time around. You know, they're going to be itemizing a little more for team fight because the Lone Druid has covered that just in his hero kit. So, I mean, there are a few things that they could look to combo together with this. Maybe I'm thinking a Puck might be coming out from Team Liquid. We've seen Boxy play it well a number of times. You've got some good synergies together with the Dream Coil as well. You can kick people out of it and snap. You can Savage Roar and move all of them out of it and make it snap. I think it's a pretty decent combo.
Yep. Phoenix.
How do I feel that into the Lone Druid? Does the bear have the same hit count as heroes, or is it counted as like a non-hero unit, sort of has like, it doesn't affect the egg? I'm pretty sure it affects the egg, right?
I'm pretty sure it doesn't.
Are you sure?
I don't know.
I don't know. I'll be honest, I'm not a Lone Druid
player. The bear power shouldn't be the hero attack. Bear
it's like
just an animal.
It's like a hero,
but it's a hero
or whatever it's called.
So it might count.
I mean, we get to see it in this game, so we'll be able to figure it out.
Anyway, you got the Snapfire to deal with it, so that's going to be the big thing that they're going to have to deal with it. And it was an instant pick straight after this Phoenix came out, so doesn't even necessarily need to be Insania's hero coming through. We've seen Mickey play it plenty of times. We've even seen Boxy. Koikfa, not so much, but I think you're pretty confident that Koikfa is going to be playing this Lone Druid. The other thing as well is you haven't necessarily revealed that Koikfa is going to be running at mid. It could just very well be in the safe lane. So, you know, against a Magnus doesn't have a fantastic time against that if they were wanting to run this mind control mag.
Yeah. This, like, I mean, their draft is too fast. Like,
Liquids?
The Liquids draft, they're much more aggressive, and the teams who picked earlier, like, a map advantage, like, heroes. Like, first game, it was GH, like, stopping all this, like, early move. And
that's what they needed.
Okay, yep, that's the thing they needed. Like, it's all about, you can't just pick all these passive heroes with Magnus and just asking for them to come into their jungle and we're going to be countering back. It's not that case anymore.
The thing that kind of throws me a little bit is that we very rarely see the Phoenix picked up by anyone else other than GH. And I would say he is their best Clockwork player. I mean, we saw it in game number 1. He did an insane amount of work. And RMN, I mean, he can play the Mag, he can play the Phoenix, and I guess he can play the Clockwork, but I'm not sure if you do want to play the Clockwork 5 with a Sven paired together with yourself, right? Like, you're not going to have the best of times.
Does that mean it's going to be like more of an audible with like RMN playing the Magnus, and then you'll have like a GH Phoenix with like a mind control Clockwork? To me, we've seen this before from a few of these teams and it hasn't worked out. When they try to pick these position 4 heroes that you have a very specialized player like GH, and you know, it gets you into this awkward situation where you're kind of not having the best hero-player matchup that you'd like.
I just don't want to see RMN playing Magnus. I think they've tried this like 1 or 2 times and it didn't look great, like both of the times. Like, so might as well, it might be better that Weeha or Mind Control just plays it as a core so they get like really early in power and giving a Miracle enough space. But if you do that, your early game is going to be a lot weaker.
Man, they've got a lot of turnaround potential here. Like, if this is a 5 Clockwork, you're just going to get straight up busted by this Slaughter. You know, if you're running into his face, he doesn't care. You're just going to turn around, feed a lot of gold through that way. And even the Sven, like, if it's someone else, like the Phoenix, let's say, then Sven's going to cop a lot of this damage. So I'm really liking this Slaughter pick. I suppose a weakness is that you're running a fair few melee heroes or heroes that like to be in close-ish range together against a Magnus and a Sven. So the wombo combo potential is there for Nigma. You know, they could very well just get these clean 5-man wipes. But Liquid right now, they're in the driver's seat. They're playing a much more aggressive style.
I really do like Slaughter though, here, just because I know there's like some factors in the mid-late game, like it's a melee hero, and they have this Clockwork and Magnus to lock him down. But in a lane, like Slaughter's the most main concern is the laning phase. Laning phase, so he can get this Blink Dagger and Aghanim and BKB in the right timing. And it looks like even if Nigma goes like offensive tri lane and putting Magnus solo top against it, he's gonna be free farming. And even if it's a Sven at top, I think with the Earth Spirit and like a Slaughter against Sven plus either Phoenix or Clockwork, I think he's gonna be doing fine.
Yeah, I'm just like, would you still go a minus on this Sven? Do you feel like that getting your experience up ASAP is the thing that's most important here? Because there's not an insane amount of things that are going to be dispellable right now on Team Liquid.
It's not Miracle style to actually get Midas here. I think he's always going to be going for the Mask of Madness and the early BKB, so he can be involved in like early fights. But like we saw it in the last game about the PA Mask of Madness and Best of BKB, but like if you don't get a lot out of it with that timing, you're gonna eventually fall off even if you play with Magnus.
Yeah. So Team Liquid. Oh, okay.
Crystal Maiden. Okay, sure. It gives them more laning stage presence. I mean, does this then lead to the idea of Lone Druid safe lane and then the Snapfire mid?
I mean, it could be. Like, Mike has been playing the Snapfire in like any position, even as an off lane, like as well. I mean, yeah.
And he's been rushing the Ag Scepter as well. I think it was 16 minutes that he picked it up in the last time that we saw him play it. So I was initially thinking, you know, great, you can gobble up and spit in the Earth Spirit, get that silence off really quickly, but Slaughter just as effective of a target for that. You know, it might mean that he can build more self-sustain. Pipe of Insight, for example, or is Crimson Guard good here? I think a Halberd would be great on the Slaughter this time around. And yeah, you don't have to waste money on that Blink Dagger if you've got the gobble up.
Also, something very hype here from the Crystal Maiden, level 20 talent. The attack speed.
Against the Phoenix, yeah. Yeah, it's not bad.
Very hype, very hype. We'll see if he gets to that point. You know, it feels like this. If the game goes late enough.
Yeah, I think if Liquid are going to succeed, you don't want your Crystal Maiden getting to level 20 because
but
then
what if
Nigma
Crystal Maiden's mid?
No.
Oh, a Night Stalker pick up here from Nigma. Okay, so looks like they're going to try and do something a little bit weird. Maybe RMN. Oh, it's a fight.
Mid Phoenix.
Weeha Phoenix. Okay, against who knows?
Against Mike.
All right, both these teams. I mean, a lot of these teams that we've been seeing in these European playoffs have been doing some weird stuff, boys. But mid Phoenix, this is something that I've seen from a few Phoenix spammers in our region, but it's not something that I'm too excited about. GG bet odds 100% even, except for
slightly for Nigma.
0.01. I mean, that's basically as even as you're going to get, boys. But with this draft, what are we thinking? Like, who's going to do what and where and why?
I think Nigma are trying to get a little bit too clever with this. I think I like Liquid. You know, their laning stage is good. You've got a comfort hero for Koikfa. Tiger played an amazing Earth Spirit. Mikkei's shown that he's able to dominate the whatever lane he's put into and get early item timings. And then the Slaughter is going to be pretty damn effective as well, especially if he itemizes correctly against. Well, you know, look at all the damage that's coming out. Mind Control and Sven is going to be dishing out the majority of it early on. So I think something like a Halberd is going to be really effective there.
What about you, QO?
Liquid.
Who are you thinking? Predictions?
I like the balance of the draft from the Liquid.
Yep.
Like for Nigma, not too sure here.
All right, so it looks like both my boys here are going with Team Liquid for our third game here. So we're going to leave it with our casters one more time. It's going to be Odie Pixel and Fogged.
Let's welcome, ladies and gentlemen, the deciding game 3 now between Liquid and Nigma. Fogged, where we're getting a big one. The Quake for Lone Druid comes through this game for Liquid. And Nigma, they've got sort of the full cleave going with this Sven, Magnus, and most excitingly of all, as we saw coming through, this Weeha Phoenix.
Yeah, and also, just a fun thing to point out, the anti-synergy. Night Stalker with Phoenix. You know, you pop your egg, it's daytime in the fight. It's actually it's pretty horrible to play Night Stalker a lot of times with Phoenix because of that. You just instantly get put into your slow, even if you are in darker sections, because Phoenix Egg takes priority. It makes it daytime, no matter what.
That's true. I mean, I bet if you look at the stats, there's probably not been many games where we've seen teams have those two heroes on the same lineup, right?
No, it can definitely be very anti-synergy, and I'm looking at Nigma and I'm seeing almost like all melee. And I see a Snapfire, Slardar, and an Earthbird on their team, which are very good versus multiple melee heroes. They're going to be able to land explosive spell combos, I feel, on the side of Liquid. I'm really liking Liquid's draft if they're able to keep the pace and keep setting the tempo. GH, he'll be able to scurry away. Up top
lane. Foxy coming in with a crush. Will manage to secure a bouncer rune for them, but did grab the bottom and they'll get the one in the river as well, so 2 for 2.
Really, really liking Liquid's setup. I think if they're able to just set the tempo and set the pace in this game, and they just don't give Enigma just breathing room to just sit back and farm with this Sven and Magnus, I think they'll be able to take this game fairly quickly. I think this is going to be a pretty hard one for Enigma.
Yeah, I mean, I'd be interested to see just how this mid lane goes. You know, we are on the Phoenix. Is against Mikke, and we saw the other day Mikke. He had a great lane in the mid on his Snapfire. He was looking very hot in the laning stage.
Yeah, I'm not a big fan of the mid Phoenix either. There's a big reason why we don't see it. It's just not that strong. You'll get your levels at least, and I mean, we'll see what Weeha's able to do with it. I'm not too certain. As he is playing versus some very traditional counters. He's playing versus the Snapfire, so that egg a lot of times, it's just going to get a little shredded.
Yeah, I mean, we see teams sort of take the Phoenix off an off-lane position. He's got the Fairy Fire. So,
that was close.
Yeah, we'll live. See Mikke holding back on wasting the mana on a Scatter Blast, where so Weeha had fire to go.
The cooldown on Fire Spirits is just so atrocious. This is one of the big reasons why you don't see it played. It's 51 seconds. You literally just don't. You only have a spell every almost 2 waves. It feels like Mikke. He's just able to spam. He's actually a natural bottle builder. Phoenix is not. Definitely, it feels awkward for Enigma here with this draft, with this setup here. Their lanes are also it's double melees in both side lanes. So I feel like the lanes for Liquid, they're always going to be fine here. It's a very farm, very passive kind of draft coming out from Enigma, I feel. And yeah, they're actually going to move and look to pressure. I like this move from Liquid. Taking Sania top. Koikfa should be fine for the most part bottom if he's able to get a good position with the wave.
They'll find RMN here with that help from the slow at the Frost attack from the neutral creep, and that'll actually set up for first blood.
In war, a fool's first lesson is
I like this a lot. This is it's extremely weak lane from all 3 lanes, pretty weak from the side of Enigma. I think Liquid should try to take advantage of them just like this.
Is there any sort of way they can punish Koi for being on his own down here, or is it just too hard with the heroes that they have?
When GH has a couple levels, he can. I think when he's like level 2 and level 3, he can start to look and wrap around Koikfa and look for these kill setups. It's a little hard with the Night Stalker, but you know the cogs are going to be so strong if he's able to isolate. But Enigma, they're actually in trouble here up top. Miracle, they actually just scurries away.
It doesn't look easy for him now against these 3 heroes. They're going to be very ready to battle him each time he tries to find farm in this lane.
How's the mid matchup doing? Yeah, Mikke is winning the matchup. Weeha is getting some last hits, but he's definitely going to fall behind. As Miracle getting blocked up here. Nice skewer from RMN.
And GH. He's over as well. We'll get in onto Insania. Miracle trying to run back in on this. He is a little low on him. As once we see this happening up top, mid lane, Mikke found the solo kill opportunity. Top lane, they do lose Insania, but that mid kill, that's the big one. I mean, as we saw Mikke mid Snapfire the other day, it looked amazing in main. And I feel like this game, up against a Weeha Phoenix, he's kind of got it on easy mode here, Mikke.
He really does, and he has some really good heroes, as panel mentioned, which he will, if he goes for that Ags rush. With Slardar, Fox doesn't have to go for Blink. And speaking of Slardar, top Miracle might actually go down to these 2.
The Skewer to take him off to the side. Insania's trying to get him with another Frostbite, but Miracle able to stay alive and get out of there. Still, though, taking a hit on the farm, slowing him down early.
This feels like such a hard game for Enigma to play, honestly. I feel like this is going to be such a farm game from them. Like, I'm watching GH, he's starting to prepare these stacks and everything, but I feel like this is a really, like, Miracle. You gotta, like, everything is going to be on your shoulders this game, because I'm not seeing how it all comes together. And
No.
The Snapfire's free farming, Lone Druid's free farming, Slardar is getting a great lane too. Definitely concerned for Enigma.
And it really is just the fact that they decide to have this Phoenix in such a high priority position when there's a Snapfire in the game. Like as we were saying. Top lane, Insania. Let's get caught a second time.
I tested your metal and found it wanting.
Yeah, it's like GH's rotations with Clockwork are going to be the thing to, if he can get good ones, to secure them a little bit of the early game, and then Miracle really has to carry super hard. It seems it's going to get really difficult really fast versus this lineup. I don't know how they really fight as 4. Fighting as 4 with this Phoenix when he's a high priority hero, it's going to get focused that much more.
Bottom. Set up onto mind control. They've got the damage taken, they've got the root. They might need another if they want to try through, and Weehar's going to come in and help out. Slow down the attack speed here of Quake's bet.
He jumped in though. We'll be able to get away. Up top, GH. Again.
Trap Boxy. And with the drag back of the Shockwave, they've got him. So despite the tri-lane that did start up here from Liquid, Nigma have been able to break it down, and Miracle, he's getting involved in these kills. 1-0-2 already in the safe lane, Sven.
Yeah, GH coming in clutch in this early game. Setting up for all 3 of those kills. But what level is Mickey? Mickey's about to be level 7, Weeha is level 5.
Got some insane kill potential, of course, with these kisses.
They can set up onto Weeha if Taiga sees an opportunity. The wraparound is coming though, mind control. He has the nighttime. He's level 4. Looking to make an early move here as this Night Stalker.
Yeah, running down Mickey. Straight in they go, in with the silence. Tiger's going to try and roll in, gives some safety for Mickey. The Sunray is burning him down though. Mickey tries to turn with the blast, but the burn from the Sunray kills him off in time. Now Tiger also found a very good move here from mind control and GH to come in and give Weeha some involvement and some big kills here, taking Mickey out of the lane.
And a lot of times, the first Knight is used to just farm the lane and catch yourself back up, but he can't farm the lane versus a Lone Druid. I love that mind control just makes the decision. He identifies that it's just impossible bottom, and he catches Weeha back up. They have to slow down Mickey's farm.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
Maybe try a second time, mind control. It's going to dive in. Would be pretty huge if they could do this 2 times in a row, but Tiger's around. Because able to. Oh, that cookie though! Oh my god! That cookie! They do turn with the egg, but they've got the hits to get it. I mean, Mickey and his cookies. He had a brilliant cookie the other day. This one was even better.
Mid-dive, he catches him using it on the creep. That was just picture perfect. And look at his build that he's gone for. Look how tanky he is. Double bracer plus that crown. They commit so much onto him and can't bring him down.
What a cookie there. And big team moves as well, having Tiger and Insania around, just enough hits to take down that egg.
Keeping themselves all farmed up on all 3 cores. We do see a Miracle. He is still farming very well, but we see the cores of Liquid. They're all farming incredibly well. Like Lone Druid, he's not getting pressured at all. Boxy's gotten away with pretty much everything. This is looking like the dream setup here for Liquid. Definitely want to see them just look to play extremely aggressive, though. Match every single one of Nigma's moves in this early game, because they're going to be playing this farm style with Sven. Miracle will not be ready to turn up for a very long time. So I think they can look to set up on these towers pretty soon here with Quake.
I see us mid. We are in GH around, but lots of back up here for Mickey. In fact, Tiger's going to go with the roll-in. Try to get the cookie combo, but we are able to dive before it was held back by either the Frostbite or that cookie.
They're looking for the active moves, though. Trying to make the moves on mid, because their 2 side laners are free farming, so just trying to get Mickey enabled a little bit more and try to pressure that tower.
I'll have to come back here.
See if they do look to make any move. Mickey, he has the ult up available again. I feel like he could look to make a move up top here. Around Boxy, who's very strong right now, and it's just the 2 supports up top right now.
Boxy,
he's getting set up on.
He's going to try and run it.
He's coming in yet. Now they're coming from Liquid.
We are diving in aggressively. He's kind of low. Boxy will hold him back for now with the crush. See if we can buy enough time for them to get. He's still alive here. Foxy's able to walk away from the three of them, and now the backup's in from Liquid. They're going to get the kisses out. GH is trying to run. The supernova being used very far away from anybody. GH is going to tick out. He won't. He's actually able to live there on about 13 HP. So they keep everybody alive.
Yeah, Raindrop saved them again. Another situation where Raindrops just always ends up saving people.
I think Boxy overall, he's going to be happy with that one though. 3 heroes chasing him out, and they could not kill him.
He's getting away with everything. Like he's died the once, which hurts a little bit because of GH's rotations, but this is the dream start here for Liquid. Slardar free farming all 3 cores off to a phenomenal start. Getting these early item timings. I do want to see them just looking to pressure though. When Koikfa is ready to do his thing, when he's ready to actually walk up and hit towers, I want them all to sit behind him and get ready for it.
Soldier's fortune.
This'll come in handy.
And I mean, is there going to be some pressure from Liquid to keep the pace up? Like, is this a game where you don't want to go late against this Sven? Or do they still have good heroes to match up against Miracle in the late game?
They probably don't want to take it like super late because of Sven and Phoenix, but they do have a lot of different tools that they can look to take it in later stages.
He just walks into Koikfa.
He wanted to cut the wave, but yeah, the bear was there. And now those towers, this is the big move, is when Koikfa's ready to go for pushing them. How can Nigma react? They'll look to do their own pressure play down Miracle. There's going to be reactions. Looks like Liquid's trying to set up for this.
Insania, to get going on straight away by Mind Control. Miracle trying to come over as well to deal with the Crystal Maiden, and they do. Insania gets blown up. Cookie over to the side, doesn't get the connection with the stun, but the slow from the stone from Tiger comes in. One of his kisses immediately put to a stop by John. And Mickey's tanky. He's running out to the side. Dive for from Weehai. Has got Supernova up if he feels that it's necessary. Won't need it to kill off Mickey. Now Weehai turns somewhere on a Tiger. They'll be able to clean up the triple for Mind Control. So the Magnetize brings them low, but Mind Control's out with the TP. Oxy's going to try and run over. About going in onto GH, but won't be able to do so. As Nigma's aggression pays off. They do lose Miracle, but they get quite a few kills for it.
They bring all 5 heroes to outnumber. Koikfa, he knows he can't make it down here, and he's just going to push top. Actually get some decent damage on the tower out of it all there. Great outnumbering coming out from Nigma, and a great hook shot from GH.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
Can they actually take the tower, though? This is Weehai. Playing with Boxy.
I mean, Weehai still wants to... He's still got the egg, so still can look to fight.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
Still 2k lead at the moment. With the fact that they do just have their 3 cores in a slightly better spot. Koikfa's Lone Druid, definitely the big scare. We've seen many times when he's having a good start on this hero, things become very tricky for the challengers.
So far, Mind Control and GH are definitely carrying the weight on their shoulders this early game, though. Making these moves around, coming in clutch for their team. 2-0-5, 4-1-1. So looking to get active. Ooh, the Bears does get caught. True Form is popped.
He's able to get that ult off. He's going to need some assistance, though, because this Sunray is doing the damage. The Brute will hold back GH. Mickey stepping in, Cookie in on towards the Clockwork. They'll roll forward on the side. Miracle is able to stop Insania in his tracks, but Insania turns with the Frostbite and the ult. They're kiting Miracle up to the side. They focus the egg down. They've got it. They take down Weehai on the front of it all. So far, it's just a 1-for-1, and there's the roll. Tiger closes the gap. The kisses are coming in. Koikfa's got the bear on top of Miracle. The final few kisses landing in onto Miracle's fan. Mind Control down as well. As Nigma just trying to push it a little too much there. You could tell that they were getting pretty excited with that burn onto Koikfa. They were burning him pretty quickly. They wanted to chase for the kill, but it ends terribly for them. With Liquid able to hold their position. The Supernova, again, no surprise. This ult is just not going to be very effective against Liquid's lineup. They're going to kill it most time.
No, it's never going to be effective, really, and it's the hardest target for them to actually go on. Koikfa, like, he's getting Sunray, but he pops True Form, and then he has this Spirit Link, so he's just sharing lifesteal. It's not actually doing much damage because he's just lifestealing off of 2 targets, and it puts him in a really awkward position that Boxy he's able to just man fight and hit Miracle, and the fact that he can do that is a humongous concern for Enigma. This Sven just not looking strong at all right now in this game, as there's just so many different counters, and a well-composed draft from Liquid is working out perfectly right now. Quake's at some insane item timings. I think he has the desk, so.
Radiant's bottom tower is under
Yeah, and all in all, I think, we've seen it twice now. There's this Mickey mid-snap fire. Definitely something that you've got to have in mind when you're drafting against Liquid is just the fact that you put him in this mid lane, and Mickey he just destroys it with the people. But both mid performances we've seen on the Snapfire, he's outplaying the mids very well.
And now they're setting up for Roche. God Strength is going to be coming back up, but Egg is also going to be coming back up. But this is looking like a real hard fight for them to go into. Boxy has Blink.
See if Nigma can put a stop to this. GH. Does he want to try for the hook shot steal? It's getting low. Off to the side, Boxy crushing a mind control, holds him out of position so he can't get in. Roll forward. Now GH has got an opening. He's not going to be able to time it, as you say. Tiger just messing with GH, stopping him from being able to get in on this. The kisses come out. They've found mind control. So not only getting Roshan and an Aegis, they'll get a kill on the Night Stalker too.
It just feels so hard for Nigma to fight into this lineup of Liquid with this quad melee draft. I mean, I kind of count Phoenix even as, he's not melee, but you get into the midst of everything. It's this full melee draft, it feels like, versus just heroes that are amazing versus melee. Lone Druid, Snapfire, Slaughter, Earth Spirit, these heroes, they thrive.
Miracle. Chases on down bottom. Cookie in. Allows Boxy to close the gap with the sprint. He's in with the crush. Iron Man's going to come across, try and offer some safety, but he's been silenced. The RP comes out, but it's only onto Boxy. Tiger's able to step in, get the magnetize off. Boxy, one final crush, but somewhere Ray from Weeha does kill him. So turn up from Weeha, does manage to swing things around now with the dive in, looking for Tiger, but another roll away with the boulder. He's out.
Radiant's courier has been killed.
Sadia? Well, there's the gobble up. There's a bit of creep in just to stop their aggression, but that does show. We do have an Aghanims finish now on the Snapfire too.
Dire's top tower.
And all of this time, Quakefa is just hitting the creeps. The bash is going to be done very soon after this Deso.
He's getting perfect, but just super fast item timings, and his team is just constantly fighting. Boxy's going to respawn. They're going to look to fight mid. They can match any of Nigma's moves here. It's a level 10 Phoenix, and that's the mid Phoenix. It's not even level 12 yet. So it's still that level 1 egg that will pop in almost every scenario.
They're still looking very hard for Nigma to deal with the farm that Mickey and Quakefa have right now.
Yeah, and Miracle, he's not getting the space to farm really.
We are in the mid.
He's so far behind.
Gets a hit in. There's the spit. Gobble up, sends him in onto Weeha. He's going to try and sunray his way over the trees. Still alive. Finally falls though. Just nothing he can do to save himself. Weeha.
Radiant's bottom tower.
Starting to cut some waves, playing a little bit more of that farm game we see on My Control. Trying to just get anything they can out of the map. They know it's going to start shrinking, so they have to do some type of clever movements here to make space. This tier 2 tower, this one's going to drop very fast here, and it's 17 minutes, so outposts are going to start being available for Liquid to take too.
Radiant's bottom tower.
They've got to do something about Quakefa. He's 3-0-2, and it just feels like when Quakefa's in this position at this moment in time, he doesn't lose these sort of games. This is not a game that Quakefa is likely to lose.
No, there's a reason that Liquid, they open up with it so often. Yep. This time, sure, it's a second pick, but there's a reason why they do like to open this. They know how to play with its timings. There's Miracle up top, they're looking for him. Tiger actually connects.
He does, able to get him with the stun. The gobble up stunning him as well. The bear's inbound. Iron Man's going to try and come across, help him with the RP. But Quakefa just brings the bear back up to the side so he can get straight back in onto Miracle. They'll take Iron Man down as well. It's more kills for Quakefa. His game just getting better and better. Mickey.
And GH.
Starting to look pretty difficult here for Nigma. 14-10, 5k lead from Liquid growing. Miracle, the one with the power, but he's dying. They are able to kill this Sven. Even with this rushed AC, it's not really doing a whole lot to protect him. They've still got many ways to fight him through this AC rush that he's opted for this game.
They have such a well-rounded draft. That's like, Kyo was mentioning it on the panel, how it takes everything. It has great magic damage, great physical, it takes buildings, it takes Roche. It really takes everything. Well, Enigma's it's a bit strange, right? It's the mid Phoenix. They have the Phoenix with the Night Stalker combo. It's a very tough lineup to make work and to execute. Magnus almost has Blink, which will help things a lot, but Liquid might just be too far ahead for them to actually take any fights.
And Miracle is just going to need a lot on top of this AC. I mean, I only imagine, you know, he did go for this AC rush because he felt pressure to come into the fights with something that would benefit the team, but obviously not sort of your standard that you would be getting straight up on a Sven. Of course, not just enabling you as much as the more standard stuff, so the SMYs, Echoes, Bags, BKBs. It's going to postpone those items that allow you to be active in the fights. And the AC just doesn't seem to be keeping him alive maybe as much as he'd hope it would.
Yeah, it's a build that he needed to go for versus the Slardar plus that Death alone through it.
Yeah.
Outpost TP's coming in. He just doesn't reclaim.
On Miracle, boxes in with a crush.
Oh my god, Miracle's just getting destroyed.
He's just dead. He's dead. GH is going to go down. It's just going to be another cleanup from Liquid here, as they are cleaning up every single fight. RMN, he's trying to hide, but of course they've got the vision on him. They'll fear him. He's running back and forth. There's no escape for him.
He did get to buy the Blink Dagger before he does die, at least. But yeah, I think we're really seeing how every single one of these fights are going to kick off. It's just
they're push the base. It's 20 minutes in. You got a Deso and the Bear, of course, and they can't stop this Nigma. No, they're going to lose a Rex here. 20 minutes in,
and they can't even show heroes. They'll get gobbled up and chain stunned. Look at Boxy has the bash in right now. Someone steps up, they're ready for it.
Dire's top barracks has fallen.
As this one, I mean, it's really looking like that. I mean, what is there from Nigma and the heroes they have that can turn this game? Like, what's going to change?
I'm not sure. There's a lot of anti-synergy in their draft. It feels like.
It is a weird draft.
And the Phoenix, and just so much melee versus what Liquid has. They just have like literally some of the best heroes versus melee. Like Savage Roar and Slardar and even Snapfire. These heroes just excel versus these melees. Yeah, it just feels like it feels so impossible. They're gonna need what feels like an RP into an egg popping for them to try to take fights, but Liquid's not gonna give them that opportunity.
There we go. In the river, Nigma smoked up. They're going to try and make a jump happen, but Boxy, he's able to run into it all. In fact, he's able to jump over to the backlines. They do the hook shot onto Insania. Insania will go down, but in the river, Tiger and Boxy trying to keep Miracle and RMN preoccupied. Quoifer's able to pop the ult, fear back onto the clockwork. The kisses are coming out. Miracle and RMN, they're just dying to the Mortimer's kisses. Miracle is surrounded by Boxy and Quoifer. I mean, it's looking pretty helpless here for Nigma.
Yep. Foxy just jumps in and he plays like the best anti-carry ever. Miracle's just controlled, trying to chase him in the river, just getting plowed by spells. They kill absolutely nobody, and that really feels
this is... I mean, we saw, Liquid in Game 2, they held a big lead, but took a long time to close this one up. This one, I don't think this one's going to take nearly as long to close up. We're 22 minutes in. Liquid, they could probably just end it within the next 2.
Yeah, at least get a Rax advantage, another Rax advantage, and then back up as they didn't be able to find these two.
They're just cooking in. They're in onto We Are Armor. They're both dead. They're both dead. As they'll come in with the buyback on We Are.
The Glyph Towers killing everyone?
The Glyph Towers, it did more than Nigma's done this entire game.
Yeah, they all actually 3 heroes.
Those towers need a promotion.
They will at least protect their racks, but yeah, just it feels like they'll never be able to fight. Miracle, he's getting close to BKB, but even then, we're seeing just the control coming out from the physical.
I mean, Quoifer's just going to have so many items.
Yeah.
He's pretty much got the AC done. So now that AC that the Miracle went for has been effectively nullified.
He's got a Basher on top of it too, so even when the BKB does come out, he'll have the control versus it too. Liquid fully prepared in case of anything. Even starting to itemize just in case of the Sven getting any type of like Aghanims or anything. See Blink Dagger on Mikke. Just they're fully prepared in case this game does go to the worst. Definitely feels like it's not going to.
Boom, there it goes.
How close is he to the AC on Koikfa? Are they going to look to finish that before the fight?
I mean, they can, right? They can play it pretty chilly, Liquid.
Yeah. They can just smoke and go into a rush at any point as well too, and they'll just kill it. Foxy has a full Aghanims now finished up too, so he was already a frontline beast. Now he's gonna have puddles every single time. They couldn't kill him even without this. Yeah, this is gonna make it impossible.
And these deep wards too. I mean, they know exactly where Miracle is. They see him running straight out into the jungle.
I'm still surprised they haven't just gone into the pit and killed in 5 seconds, because they have Slardar plus a Deso AC Bear. Maybe they just really want the AC to make it die at that super fast speed, as he does have it finished. And I have to imagine they go for the rush now.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, this is some insane stuff. 24 minutes in, Deso AC, Master Managed, Basher on Koikfa. And they, well, all in all, the crazy thing that the Mickey, he's farming just as fast.
Yep.
With the action that they've found as Koikfa's Lone Druid.
And the Rosh is dead. They've already gobbled up Foxy in preparation to get some kills.
Oh, he's in. Oh, and he's actually... Oh, wow, that was a perfect gobble up. Catches RMM post-blink. They knew where he would be blinking to. I mean, Mickey, precision aim there.
I love mid-snap fire, honestly.
I think Mickey does as well. I think Liquid do.
I'm liking it in most of these roles. Like, even if they had somehow done something else and put the Lone Druid mid and had him like in some other lane, I'm just liking Snapfire, period. This hero just feels so good in any role.
There we go.
The puddle's down.
Dire's middle tower has fallen.
So they're going to go for the wraparound. They're trying to get onto the squishes on the back. They're looking for Insanity, but the gobble up. Mickey just shoots it and onto Mind Control. GH is going to whiff the hook shot. Mind Control's dead. The cookie in onto GH. The two of them are down. They do have buybacks on the both of them. They're going to need to use it if they want to try and form some sort of a defense here, but the Rax are just getting taken down by the bear. Koikfa fears back RMN. It's a melee Rax gone. Nigma can't do anything to push Liquid off this. They're trying to beat into the bear. Get it the once, the fear. They'll still find it. The bear will fall, but the melee racks are gone. Liquid got what they came for. They can play it pretty relaxed again. They're still tier 1s to be taken on the bottom lane, so Liquid can wait it out and go for those.
Yep, just play it careful. Just play right outside here. If Nigma shows at all, you can jump them. But they don't need to force anything too hard here. Just let Nigma make the mistake of walking into you, which they're about to do.
They're walking in. She's going to start things with a crush. Koikfa. Yeah, he's going to get RP'd alongside Insane with the damage from Miracle. They're bringing Koikfa low. Can they quite kill him off? They can. The Aegis is taken out of his hands. Supernova Sun coming in with the first kisses onto Miracle. Miracle's got the BKB. Vessel's down on the Koikfa. They're actually able to kill him. Hook shot over to the side, but GH falls for his attempt. Weehar's low. Mickey turns with a little shredder onto Miracle. Cookie in too. Miracle, he's getting low. Tiger rolls in, helping Boxy and Mickey take down Miracle as Mickey finishes him off with a shotgun blast. It's Liquid. They're even chasing to see if they can get the catch onto RMN. I mean, it's a punch back from Nigma. They do get Koikfa, but they don't get the other big kills. Mickey still lives. They're able to move on, continue to take objectives. It's something, but it's not nearly enough from Nigma.
Feels like it comes just a bit too late as they finally get this energy coming out. Like the RP, as well as the egg, does finally connect onto the heroes in a very ideal position, but yeah, there's just too much farm on the rest of Liquid still. Mickey, he cleaned up everybody. And now he's got his little shredder use attack damage, and he's got a crit on top too.
Oh yeah, I mean, yeah, this is where the game gets fun for Mickey. I mean, he's been having fun already when he starts to be able to sort of move into the right-click territory.
Yeah, and we've seen this a couple of times from Liquid. It's not really about, we've seen a little bit of both versions, sure, where it's Mickey playing like the Morphling super carry, but we've also seen a lot of drafts where Liquid, they put themselves in a nice tri-core position, keep themselves very farmed, and this is one of those where we see even when Koikfa doesn't contribute much of anything in the fight, Foxy and Mickey can carry hard because of how far.
Yeah, I feel like we have seen more success from Liquid in these recent series when they do switch those sort of roles. Right, Mickey is more the playmaker, and Koikfa, he's allowed to go for the mega greed heroes, and that's the thing, right? But Koikfa, that's one of the things he is known for. He's his sort of lone druids, these heroes where he can go for the mega greed.
Yeah. It's all set up bottom. Nigma, they're around here. I don't think they want to fight around a tier 1 though.
Dire's bottom tower has fallen.
Very surprised to see them postured around this area.
Yeah, this is Unlikely they're going to be able to get a jump on Liquid from this angle.
Dire's bottom tower.
They're trying to play around their ward that they have down, so a little bit of vision.
Dire are scanning.
Yeah, that looked like a very scary place if the fight did kick off for Enigma. But if they can keep jumping onto Koif, if they can delete him again, we can see that they do have success at least in that. If they can somehow round up and get the other heroes too. Outpost being pinged. They have 30 seconds to get over there. They should be able to on the side of Liquid. Deny more experience toward the side of Enigma. And just play it safe. Wouldn't be Liquid if they didn't win with a 40,000 gold lead.
Yeah, I mean, as much as this lead came out quicker this game, yeah, you are right. You know, it would be very Liquid-esque to not win the game now, but win it in maybe 15 minutes time.
Yeah. Sort of in such like a position where it feels very unthrowable. Like even if they did make some crazy plays, they still feel like they have this great lineup. So this might be one of those where they just chill back and get their farm.
This one still is. It's only at a 99% win chance for them. It's not at 100. You know, we saw them being able to push it to the 100% win probability in game 2 before they went for the close-up.
Oh, the pings on the side are coming out. It seems like Mick has identified that they are along the tree line there. He started pinging exactly where GH was. I think he saw the rocket.
Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
Of course they would find an Orb of Destruction with a Slardar and a Lone Druid with an AC Deso.
Dire's bottom tower.
I think that's Gaben saying, come on, end the game.
Yeah. He's like, Boxy, there you go.
Like, come on.
Here we go. Gobble up. Send a creep in.
The skewer on the bear. Trying to burn it down with the sun ray. But the bear's fine. He's out. In fact, he's still hanging around underneath the sun ray. Miracle. He's outside of the base. He's going to have to put the BKB. But they forced the BKB. He's turned, but he's been bashed. And he has to use the remainder of that BKB to run back to safety.
He can't fight now for what feels like 55 seconds. There's so much control that Liquid has in their draft. Yeah, definitely push it in now on their side. They can take advantage of that BKB being on cooldown. They can look to take out that tower. Miracle is parked right in the front, though.
But, I mean, Liquid being Liquid, they can't push because they're Liquid.
Because they need more gold.
Yeah, Miracle can't fight because his BKB's on cooldown. Liquid can't fight because they're Liquid. They don't want to fight.
They don't want to go to the high ground. They're terrified of the high ground.
We don't want to. We'll chill. As they just split up. Because why not? The game will end when Liquid wants it to, and they don't want it to end yet.
At least we're setting up the panel for a nice question of, they can set the thing and just ask Liquid this, what's going on? Why can't we break the high ground with 30,000 gold leads? Nah, this one they're like you said, very comfortable spot and still getting this crazy amount of farm, but
well, soon Enigma couldn't catch some of them off guard here because, as I say, Liquid, they didn't opt to push. They opted to split up across the map.
Boxy, quick blink, dodges the Ags Sven stun. So now they know that the Ags is also finished up on Miracle.
GH. It's not too insane here, but the Bear's in there with GH. Koifer's Bear taking him down low. GH shots to the side with a little shredder, takes him out in an instant. Over towards the side, Boxy keeping tracks onto RMN.
Look at Miracle dying to Koifer. Oh my god.
I mean, this Bear has just beat him down. Miracle, look at the BKB out for the quad strength. He's able to turn, actually killed Koifer. But the rest of the BKB tried for the TP out. He's not going to make it away though. They've got the damage to take him down through the BKB. As Liquid, they'll lose Koifer, but the other 4 of them stay alive. 29k lead. They're about to hit the 30k lead, and I think that seems to be the number at which Liquid say, "All right, we can end it." 30k lead, we can close it up.
Dire structures are fortified.
Oh, but Mick really wants his 25 with his Daedalus though for the multi-shot.
We got a solid 55 seconds, no Miracle.
They got the Megas this time.
Now the question is, do Enigma have any repair kit this game for some similar shenanigans as we saw last game? They don't. This time round. I'm going to look to jump in onto RMN. RMN goes down. Mickey punching into Weehaw. Mind control falling to the ult of Insania. They'll cookie in onto Weehaw underneath the tier 4s. He goes down. As they'll have the space to finish off these racks. And almost certainly the game here for Liquid. Some tier 4s they go. Everybody's dead on Nigma. Nobody's got a buyback. Miracle's up in 10 seconds if he really wants to give it one final attempt. But these tier 4s are falling. Yeah, buyback from Mind Control.
But just to watch, really.
I mean, Miracle's up, but there's
Miracle's
no
up.
God Strength for 15 seconds.
See what he can do.
Let's have a look. Clock's up 2.
So is Koikba. He's running back over.
Yeah. And bringing it in. GH is going to TP over to try and get on top of Tiger. Miracle being too by Boxy. Get the hook shot in onto Insania, but Insania is safe by the cookies. They take him out towards the side. Boxy and Koikba staying on top of Miracle. The roots, the bash is holding him in place through the BKB. He's able to stun, run to the fountain. He's got the God Strength, steps back out, but instantly to his death. As Liquid, they'll turn back towards the Ancient, and again, about a 39k lead, pretty similar to the ending of Game 2. Liquid, they'll end it. They'll finally close it up, and with that, the series is theirs 2-1 against Nigma, as this series really did take a big turn for the worse for them after that ending of Game 1. We saw some big confidence at the start of this series. You know, Miracle's Void, dropping items, and then 2 games back-to-back where Liquid, I mean, they just wanted to make sure that it hurt, right? You know, they wanted to go for the slow, painful killing, and they certainly did that in both of these games. They played it very casual and safe, but were quite the lead both times. And Enigma just looked a bit lost in Game 2. In this Game 3, they looked incredibly lost, Fogged.
I really did feel like in Game 2, I think just we had, the snowball deaths really hurt him so much that Liquid was able to just take advantage of that. Liquid played super well this game. This one, I don't really know what Nigma could have done too much better. I felt like their draft was just really hard to play. And like I mentioned, a lot of anti-synergy kind of stuff going on here too. And I think Panel talked about it too, how when Nigma is playing with RMN on this Magnus, they seem to suffer a little bit more. And I feel like Liquid, they took advantage of all the weaknesses of Nigma this game and just ran them over. They had this very clear and cut draft that just looked like everything made sense. And I feel like that's what I'm seeing from Liquid. They look the best when it just keep it simple.
Yeah, absolutely. No, we saw Liquid struggle in the series they had yesterday and in Game 1. Then it all sort of clicked into position. They hit some solid drafts whilst towards the end of the series. Nigma really just sort of looked like they lost the way going for these very alternative mids such as the Phoenix from Weeha. It just didn't really work out. But there we go, ladies and gentlemen. Liquid, they're going to be moving on 2-1 and knocking out Nigma from the competition.
Never let it go. These wings carry me. With this fancy. Running through the fire. Gonna let you burn. Running through the fire. Gonna let it burn. I'm the Messiah. Banish the fear inside. You're strong enough that you don't have to hide. No, you don't have to hide. You're strong enough. With you, let it cry. Clash of steel spills your blood. A whisper out fills your head, but you have to fight again. So take one step, take another. Find the strength for your brothers. Erase the doubt with your battle cry. With your battle cry. You feel Don't you know I'm a bad little mama? I got moves like Madonna. Don't tell me cause I move when I'm gonna. I'm not afraid to lose, I am a prima donna. Don't you see I'm a winner, I'm a queen. I cause no scene if you work with me. Don't tell me cause I fight when I wanna. I'm not afraid to lose, I am a prima donna.
Step out, as a motivator, let them know that the weight's up. That's how we know when we level up. Hey, that's how we know when we level up.
Level up. All we know about is level up. Are we ready now to level up? We know we fall and we get up. Level up. All we know about is level up. Are we ready now to level up? It's time, get up.
Like a gangster ball, still I'm standing tall. Know about the ball, I got my fan with me. Oh, we know we ball to empty out the mall. Chosen one they call, I take my fan with me. Know about it if you tell, know you breaking calls. What your credibility and all for like dominoes. Can you really take a stance? All I wanna know. Give you real ones when it's time to go. Step in, elevator. This is to all the haters. That's all we know when we level up. Yeah, that's all we know when we level up.
Level up. All we know about is level up. Are we ready now to level up? You know we fall and we get up. You're the truth.
At the start of the day, I said we'd have a few sad fans towards the end of this series, and unfortunately for the Nigma fans, they're the ones that need consoling here, with Liquid completing the reverse sweep and finishing off the series with a 2-1 score. Now, as we get into our Game Fuel post-match, I welcome back my panel to break down that series as a whole and us moving forward here for ESL1 Germany. Dan Okyo, lads, welcome back here to the panel. We've got a series done and dusted here, the first one of our elimination series, and unfortunately for Nigma, they're out.
It really felt like it came down to the draft in every single one of those three games, right? Like you were a little bit on the fence, Q, about how are they going to execute. Like if they do this right, then this draft is going to work. And you were, I feel like, I don't want to put words in your mouth, but you were a little bit hesitant about that. You're like, oh, will they do this? Will they do the right thing? They did, and it paid off each time.
Yeah, finally. Got it.
You could trust the players to execute the right strat. And yeah, it was a really clinical performance, specifically in that game number 3, right? It just felt like with this mid-Phoenix, Fog mentioned it, you even have like the counterintuitive nature of the ultimates coming through from the Night Stalker and the Phoenix. Like you're not going to kill anyone, and it never felt like they were in any sort of danger.
Yeah, I think this is what happens if you like have to use this Magnus as like position 3 or position 5. I really dislike about this position 5 Magnus. I was wondering why can't they just do Phoenix 5 and just Magnus mid? Like, like I know that like Magnus is like passive on the mid lane, but this is even more passive.
Yeah, so you just can't get anything. And like we've been saying before, when it's been playing in the side lanes, when those fiery spirits are on cooldown, you can really exploit the lane. I thought Mickey did a fantastic job doing that. And yeah, it just felt like they were trying to be a little bit cute. I think very smartly, Liquid made sure that they didn't ban out the Magnus. They weren't really all that concerned about it. It's clearly the Faceless Void that gets enabled by it, and that was the one that they focused in on. It got them the victory.
Yep.
Yeah, we can see in a lot of these team fights as well the fact that this one team fight that went well for Team Liquid was when everything perfectly went off. Fog touched on it in the cast that it feels like they need to get the RP on a few key heroes, and then you get the egg pop on top of it, and Sven needs to be able to hit these clean targets. And that's what he was able to do, but it get to a point here where Miracle had the Poppy's BKB, Poppy's God Strength, used the Aghanims to get on top of Kofa, but then there's 4 other heroes left for Team Liquid that did so much damage across everybody else. I think this game, Boxy really went above and beyond on this Slaughter. He did a lot of work when it came to soloing out a lot of these heroes, making sure he was on top of the right target.